Okay, can you tell us more about this particular book? I have heard of it, but I would like to know just a general synopsis of what this book is about. Are you the author that's posting it here?
So yeah, this book is about it's about the gut brain and everything. You kind of feel emotions and everything, and yeah, you might not have noticed, but many don't actually. But these things are supernatural, you see. They really are. And yeah, something connected to the spiritual and everything, and yeah, this is what the book is mainly about, Oh. Yeah, tells you a lot about it. How something in your belly is, connected to the spiritual and everything. Tells you that it is actually a monster in there, not just some color or emotional color, pride, anger, whatever, fear, some horror, emotion and everything, There's a lot going on in there, So yeah, that's what it is about, Just a tiny part of it. Yeah, it's a lot. Hope you can relate with what it is actually saying, Okay, why the Prince of the Power here? Okay, how is it related to, something about this stomach being related to Satan, Prince of the Power of the air, the ruler of the world and everything, the dark ruler of the world and everything, you see? How, Yeah, so this is a very interesting thing, you see? So there was this time, 2 years ago and everything, it's just my stomach started, it's not aching and everything, but it's just started growling like something, as if there's some beast in there. And, it was just growling. I was so weirded out. I was just, finding articles and everything, searching on the internet what it means, why is this growl happening and everything? Why is it growling like that? And, I found out, there are many things about the gut brain and everything, but, what they meant was just this, bacteria and everything, the digestive system, scientifically, what they have found, what they have found scientifically, that's the result that came up, but, nothing related to something weird like this. I'll tell you what I meant. It's later on, there were supernatural creatures, ghost-like creatures all around me, connected to this thing and everything, What a weird thing. But, so yeah, it started with just Growls and everything, and I was just searching on the internet what it is all about. What is this Growl? Is it something, connected to the, some medical issue and everything, Okay, And I was like, okay, I didn't find anything. It's just a bacteria and emotions. There are these weird things connected to it. But later on, man, I'm telling you, there some things supernatural started happening, Some invisible thing and everything, the invisible forces and everything are all around me, It's what is going on? And then, this girl is not just in me. It's in others, It's in the dog, it's in other people. There's this headshake signal and everything, I am telling you, it's all connected to something. It's like a web of, how can I say it? It's just this phenomena, Under this one phenomena, let's just give it some title, But yeah, under it is there's this headshake, gut growls, these spiritual creatures and everything. So yeah, this is the book, I was like, okay, how are these things connected? And man, I found out these Spiritual creatures are everywhere. They're here with me. They're there with you and your gut and everything. I'm telling you, they are everywhere. You see? And they're messing up our lives. That's what I understood, And yeah, they're actually not just existing, just with me or just somewhere around me. No, that's not what is happening. I mean, they are ruling the world, you see, they're everywhere. You, me, with the dog, with the animals, with the what is not, in their control, what is not possessed, It's a very weird thing. And it was just me just observing these things and, just describing them, And yeah, I mean, it's like, and you know what? Why the prince of the power of the air, you might say, Why Satan? Yeah, I mean, okay, these spiritual creatures are everywhere and they're causing the gut growl and everything. Okay, but why do you call them Satan, right? That's a very good question. Well, they have one purpose, one purpose, really, Emotion, you fear, you have pride, you are angry, what I understood is just, there's this enmity kingdom, enemy and everything. Your brother is next to you, your mother is next to you. Just for no reason at all, you're just fearing. Why? See, they're tainting your view of humanity, you see? When you see your mother, you're not seeing a mother. If you have a child, you're not seeing a child. No, you're seeing something else. You have fear or something. Always, like this is the experience of the world. We're clouded with these things called emotion. They secrete in us. They, what I'm saying? They install in us. And, using that lens, it's a filter. And through that filter of emotion, we see our sons or mother or whatnot, And you know what? They taint humanity. They make us kill each other. They make us fight each other, This is what it is about. They're really intentional about these things, you see? It's a kingdom connected. It's not just some entity just hovering around you, Hovering like, no. It's something very intentional, very much connected to, agenda and everything, And they're doing a lot of things. I mean, a lot of things to be careful of, you see? And people are so, like, they don't even see these things, I mean, I know, like, for example, probably you might not even know what I'm talking about, you see? What supernatural being is this guy, like somewhere lost in a forest with conspiracy theories and everything in the middle of jungle, whatever, that's what people say about me, but, to some, these creatures reveal themselves, And when that happens, man, these people see emotions differently. There are supernatural creatures all around them. They see these things. And for some, it's like these things never happened. They never experienced the supernatural beings and all, and, they don't have enough information to just, like put the puzzle in the right place, and, they cannot construct this truth of what? Well, what this world is all about. Supernatural beings, emotion, and everything. But man, some see these things, and you know what? They don't, this puzzle has not been finished, you see. They cannot see things really for what they are. And really, that's why I wrote the book, you see. Yeah, so if you don't see these things, these supernatural beings and everything, and not see, but, experience them in your life, and it's just torture to be around these things, Just suffering. It's just filthy, But yeah, I wrote it for them, these people experience these things daily, emotion and everything. What is going on? They're asking. They just weirded out, What was the world? What is this headshake signal and everything? What is this empire kind of thing going on? It's like, what is the system and pattern and everything? They are asking these questions, and addressing that issue. I would say, I would say so. But yeah, for a lot of people, it might not make sense. For the normal person, it might not make sense. I understand. But man, these things are very true, you see. They're very true. So yeah, the prince of the party here, you see. That thing exists, and that's why. They do satanic things and emotions and everything. They control them, they puppet them. They're daily all around us. They're orchestrating an empire. They're orchestrating a human being. God, it's a lot, So yeah, that's what it's all about. Just in a nutshell like this, just summarize it, That's what it is. All about. Alright. Thank you very much. It's just, to just simplify things, it's a very amazing thing, It's like there's this guy called Schreber, Daniel Schreber, I believe. I'll send you his name, I'll text you his name, but it's a very amazing thing, you see. So what happens is, like, there are some people, including me, we experience these supernatural creatures and all. But man, now for example, like, how can I say this? There is a way of constructing reality, like, you can be really deceived about them, and they are deceivers, you see. They might make you believe it is something about this or that, and they are gods, and they're doing this and that. They're just filthy satans, they're just snakes and all. I'll send you, but yeah, I mean, the main problem that I wanted to address was, like, this guy, for example. Like, there are many people like him. They deal with these things, with these creatures, and their life is just a mess, because of these things. I'll send you. They don't have a right understanding about these creatures. That's why, as like ghosts and everything, they literally see these things like every day, every single time. And they have to deal with these things, gut growls and everything, emotions and everything. Man, I will send you, it's like Paul Schreber, right? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what was it? Freud and everything. It's like he died, like he kind of diagnosed Schreber, I believe. But yeah, it's a very amazing phenomenon, a very amazing thing that is happening, you see. So yeah, I mean, even Jung or something, it's just, man, the psychology and everything, like, you've got to go that deep and, see what is going on with these things, what is going on in the world and everything, It's just a limited information. Actually, they don't even say anything about it now. Like, what does that Jung say? Just like, no. That guy, Freud, he was like, oh, these people are crazy. That's all he said, That's all. But man, these people see these things and they're constructing reality in a very weird way. You need God to understand these things. It's like seeing Satan and, well, in God's light, you will call it that devil's trying to deceive me. And Mr. Schreber is here, is saying, okay, these things are gods, they are trying to impregnate me. I'm gonna send you, like, the things he says, it's just an amazing thing. It's just, you'll be just, what in the world is happening, like, what is going, you'll be shocked. And, I was just, oh God, they're in a dangerous place, man. This is okay. I mean, they're not gonna hurt at least people, like, who's these deception, at least, man. Schreber. But man, I wrote this book for these people, There are some that are literally in deception. They're not calling them gods, no. They're being deceived into killing their mothers and fathers, their sons and daughters and everything. They're the people around them. Man, do you think that Satan, that thing, parasite, well, these creatures, the ghost-like creatures, they tell them, oh, your mother is your enemy, or someone is stealing your soul and spiritual side, or a lot of stuff, and it's just, I love these people, and it's just, it has to be addressed, you see. That's why I wrote it, really, And yeah, but Schreber, that's just one example, Schreber. I'm gonna send you, it's just a very urgent matter, people go crazy about these things, have to understand it, and the truth, like being in the truth, being founded in the right, like on the right foundation, That's it.
I mean, my life is supernatural. I operate in this realm. So, you know, when you do what I do and you reactivate your abilities of intuition and you cleanse to heal, which I have done, I was bedridden for 10 years. I mean, I believe behind a lot of the illnesses are entities like this as well that get in you through surgeries and all of this. The crap they put in your body. I mean, don't even get me going on all the metal they put in people's body and conduits. I mean, that can be conduits for alien technology. So that's where my head goes with all this. As far as ghosts and all, I don't really see stuff floating around. I have seen shapeshifters. That I see. But, that's not fun at all. It's very scary the first time you see it. But when I saw that, I'm guided by Jesus Christ and our Creator. So, I literally said the night prior to seeing the first shapeshifter that I was ready to see more. And then I saw it. And I just saw a little glimpse. It's like, that's all I need to see. I couldn't do what I do if I saw everything. I wouldn't be able to function. And it sounds like this is the mode that you got into. Because these things inhabited you. But now that they're not inhabiting you, and I need to listen to your audio. It looks like you left one, so I'll listen to that. This is the realm that people need to be operating in and will be operating in. As you cleanse to heal, through that your intuition returns, and then you start to be able to see the possession of people. I mean, people are literally inhabited. So I just left Sedona. I was there for 4 years. Sedona Street Ministry is what I started. And it just became, I would encounter on the street or at a gas station or a friend that would literally be inhabited. There was a whole incident on 4th of July that I was literally praying over a woman. It was several hours. I was burning her occult books in the parking lot of the Circle K parking lot with the cops going past. Like, what? They know what we're doing. This woman was given so many occult objects. Everything was attached to her. And I pulled something out of her eye. Praying over her. Her eye just turned like the skin around her eye just like bright red. It was like something was coming out of her eye. It didn't come out all the way. I didn't solve it. I mean, something like this person, they'll continually to be inhabited. We went down by the river and she just whipped her clothes off and just like went right in there. I was just praying over her. I mean, it's just been trial by fire out here. So that's what it's really about. And that's why I'm interested in you educating everyone. It's like, what's this telltale moves that they make? You can see it in people's expressions. They're contorted. That's what it is. People are contorted. Their bodies are contorted. Their expressions are contorted. To answer your specific question, though, you said, I wonder if you're dealing with ghost-like creatures. Thanks for saying that, because it's like The Walking Dead. And I wonder if I'm seeing people, but they're actually dead. Like, when I'm saying this in the grocery store and other places, people will just come up really super close to me, like weirdly close. They're not gang stalking me. They don't see me. I'm just like, what is that? I don't know. But, I was told I was some sort of light channel person. So I have friends who are, you wouldn't even call them remote viewers. They see all these entities everywhere, and they serve the role as a liaison to help pass souls that don't know they're dead and they're still here. Like I worked in an office with this individual, and she does clearing, and she's like, she did a whole clearing. She's like, Heather, these people didn't know that they were dead. They were just coming to work every day, and they kind of didn't understand why things weren't really cooking. Like they're dead, and she sees them. So when she sees me, she'll be like, oh my God, she'll say, You're the hitchhikers, meaning she'll say, I have a gang of people around me, like waiting to pass. So honestly, this is why someone who's chronically ill, like me, has been my whole life. It's because something's sucking off you. And if you're serving in this kind of role and you don't know these ghost-like creatures are around you waiting to pass, and then she'll just talk to them and be like, it's okay to go, and they don't know it's okay to go, and she helps them pass. I mean, it's really sad if you think about it. So I don't know if I don't know. I don't think I'm supposed to be figuring out how to do that. Again, if I see too much, I can't do this. How are you going to do it? You can't. It's enough to see it within the people, and that's really where my skills are needed. Seeing all this other creepy stuff around, I mean, and what I do, I'd be freaked out all the time. So I think God blocks me from that, in a way. I see what I need to see, but we're on an important topic. Are we just among the walking dead? And when, let's say you and I are walking together, if we could compare notes, perhaps you'd be like, Heather, I don't see that person. Or maybe you'd be saying, oh, look at that guy over there. I'd be like, what are you talking about? This is why we need like-minded souls together.
I don't know about the witchcraft thing, but, I don't know about the spirit contactors and the jewels and gemstone holders and everything. They hold feathers. Who's there's a feather with an eye and everything. No, not so sure about that. I don't really. There's something spiritual about it, but yeah, this is something else. There's a kingdom. Kingdom's big. It's controlling. It's like 1984. John Orwell and everything. John Orwell. Kind of the structure looks like it, We're in a dystopian world and everything, you see. And who's the ruler? Satan. You see? Alright, Heather, let me just start right here. You're just gonna find this very weird, but I'm just going to give you like a map, a map of this world in a way. So what I really believe is, that everyone has an experience with these things. There are supernatural beings everywhere. And they're managing us. They literally manage our emotions. They literally manage our headshake signals. And, they're in every individual and everyone. Human beings, animals, everything. Okay? It's just a map, Okay, one component, like one, let's see, one pinpoint right there. Okay. So they're in everyone. They're everywhere, managing people in the whole world, okay? A billion of them and everything. Okay? That's one pin right there. And you know what? They're not just hovering around you. They're there, and they are connected to Satan. They're the big boss, of course. They're not just, existing there as a brother. No. They all serve a purpose. They all have one purpose. Fear, emotion, headshake signals, head dips, head raise. There's this system, you see. And when, in this system, it's like they orchestrate these things, you see. The system of enmity. So you are enemies. You and your family are just enemies. You can't exist without enmity. You can't exist without seeing a head shake signal, a head dip or a head raise, some kind of a system and all. And emotions play a part in everything. You see? It's like there's this, there's this thing, this like we're like this, you can just box it in some, and it's like the level of the box is, okay, an empire. And in that box, people are orchestrated. There's Earth. Earth has spiritual beings. These spiritual beings are controlling human beings, animals, everything. With what? Emotions, headshake signals. Man, they orchestrate them in all sorts of ways, with even facial gestures and everything. They can literally, well, manipulate that and even, your facial gesture and everything. Man, you see, ours is, and you know what? These are not simplistic things. These are dangerous things, You don't have emotions at all. They install in us. You don't have headshake signals. We don't do them. It's just not some archetype going on. Archetype, right? Archetype is what it is. It's like it's not something, ancient in us, and it's like, it's this shadow thing from the past that is in our DNA. No, people think like that, some people. But man, these creatures are responsible for everything. Many people don't know. They call these things just some natural phenomena. Jung wrote about many things about headshake signals. How do they happen? Are they something? Well, let's see. Are they just something psychological? Are they just something, deep down within, like archetypal thing and everything, something mystical with like something ancient going on with our, hereditary information, something like that? Like, is this something we inherited? Something deep, something mystical, something this and that? No. Brothers, no, Many don't know these things, but there's a source to it all. You know what it is? Supernatural beings. Let's not call them Satan for now. Let's not label them. But man, you might not know this. But when you see a head dip next time, a head dip and a head raise pattern thing, that is not something just that is happening. You just don't see it, but there are spiritual beings that are part of an enmity kingdom. You are in a kingdom. That person is in a kingdom. I don't know. You might not see it, you might see it, but if you see it, brother, sister, you are seeing something. Something supernatural is going on. I swear to you. What am I? Am I like a source, like let's say a prophet, a seer? I'm telling you, I am a nobody, but out of nowhere, they just showed up in my life, and these things have revealed themselves to me. They literally are here every night, every day, every month, it's about to be, every year, like, has been like, more than a year. And these things are responsible for these things, and if you don't know about these creatures, you will actually understand it apart from these creatures, you see. But when you see these creatures, oh, okay, it's connected to them. And man, this box has a lot of things. Hers is in there. Then comes supernatural beings with all their darkness and evil and fear, anger, emotion, head dip, head raise, enmity. My God, you can't say hi without all sorts of, man, it's a gateway to something evil. You just don't want to be there. It's a gateway to what? A fight. Something is gonna break out. This box has a lot, and this is ours. There's a whole nother world, I'm just, this is what I said at first. What was it? When I started. Well, this is our world. This is the map. And hey, God only can save us. Only God can save us, man. We can't fight these spiritual beings. Our fights are what? Principalities and rulers of the air. Is that what it is? Right? Rulers and everything. That's what the Bible says. It actually teaches us about, the flesh and everything and the spirit. This is how we fight the spiritual war. Our flesh, it calls it the Bible, Our flesh, man. Emotions and everything. You have been turned into a tool in a way of enmity. I mean, the flesh, the fruit, the works of the flesh, says the Bible, it says, and describes it in this kind of way. Well, how? What? Well, it says, the works of the flesh. The works of the flesh are enmity, strife, envy. Describes it well. And you know what? Satan is connected to these things. Satan's responsibility is not far from the flesh. You can see it being displayed on the flesh. Through the flesh. The flesh, the flesh, the flesh. And this is, we all wear fleshes, And well, this is our fight. We have to fight what is in us, our flesh, So this is the map. This is how you war in this world. This bugs, people have to war in this kind of way. Spiritual beings are there, Satan is there, you see. And we have to war it this way. We've got to war it this way. Now let me just close that box and, this box is terrifying. You see, this is what I'm seeing every day. Paul Schreber, he's, this guy's one of them. But man, he's being deceived in all sorts of ways, Man. He's just part of it, but, well, he's just on another level, Paul Schreber, he's just what does he believe, It's like headshake saying, not the enmity, everything. He is literally being following the path of enmity. It's like a stream taking him. A stream of enmity is just washing him off. And to what? Well, to being enemies with others. This means this, a headshake means that, and my anger means this. I am superior. I can head dip, and I'm going to be aggressive, and that is the way to act in this world, to function in this world. And they influence these things and everything, the people. And this is death. This is how we live. You have to dip or your head, or if you're not dipping, if you're not aggressive, or you're gonna be victimized. You're gonna be victimized and everything. This is our box. You see, the box we live in. And hey, God can save us from Satan. You see, from this evil. That is it. No one can save us from this devils. They're very evil. They're very wicked. They're influencers. They're preaching their evil, of aggressiveness and all this and that. You have to be an aggressive person to live and all this and that. Man, there's no love. They see love, it's victimization and all this. I can't love. Every good deed it's not gonna go unpunished and everything, man. This is the culture we live in. They influence the culture and everything. You see? There's a lot of things in this box, man. It's a sad world. A very sad world. But man, you just have to look up and, God is our Savior, you see. Came down and, Satan, he faced him, you see. And the prince of the power of the air, who is Satan? And his side, you see. And nobody, and nothingness. That's what it is, really. You can influence, but hey, we're not going to be influenced, are we? No, never. It's not going to happen, you see. But yeah, the Lord, he is greater than all this. Thanks be to God, you see. Alright. It's a lot I said. I guess I said a lot, But yeah, these are true things, you see. Reality. The box is very real. Very, very real. Very real. Should really be addressed, Evil is here. It exists in everyone. The flesh is real. And man never be deceived into hell. See, the evil one does these things. He deceives into what? Hell. That's how Christ describes him. The evil one. The evil one, Satan, you see. He rules this world, but hey, our God lives too, you see. It's nothing but a box to God. Amen.
forgotten.